Hello my friends, it's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I've got a fabric destash for you today. And if you hear a little noise in the background, a little air, that's my heat because it decided to be winter today and it's cold in my house. So I've got a sweater on and I got my heat on and I'm keeping cozy and warm here in my trying to keep cozy and warm here in my craft room. So we're going to go through this real quick. There's a lot here of fabric. I'm only doing one fabric bundle right now. I got the rest of my fabric upstairs. Whatever fit, I had one extra drawer in my chest of drawers here in my craft room where I showed you that I put my fabric. I had one empty drawer. Well, I brought the rest of my fabric up and got it in that last drawer, but some of it didn't fit. So that's what's in this destash. So that's what I have, just one fabric destash for now. And if I decide to go through it again, you never know, I might have another one. But I want to get through this real quick for you so you don't have to sit here too long. But if you're interested, grab this one. And I'm going to make the price as low as I can on these destashes. So this first, all the fabric, let me just say, they're all good size pieces. They're mostly, I would describe them as fat quarter size or bigger. And if it's yardage, I'm just going to say this is yardage. I'm not measuring any of these or putting measurements in my shop. So I'm just going to show you, and hopefully that will be, you will get a good idea of what I've got here. And let me move this up so I can spread out a little bit. But we're going to go through these real quick. I want to get this in 15 more minutes or less. Let's see if we can do it. So this first piece here, I don't know if it was meant to be a curtain or what. I couldn't tell when I opened it up. I just thought it was really cute. And it's kitcheny. So there's things on here like a rolling pin, a bouquet of flowers, I want to show you one of the cute teapots here. Right here. There's several of each thing on here. Here's a cherry. That's adorable. But here's the teapot. See, there's several teapots on here. Cups and saucers. Here's some olives. Several of the rolling pins. A fork and spoon. So, see, right here is a spoon. And here is a fork. I don't want to go so quick that you can't see, but I want to, here's a jar of jam. And the colors on here, look how just really gorgeous, pretty fun, happy colors. Oh, here's a salt and pepper shaker. Look at that. Salt and pepper shaker. Isn't that adorable? This one has a grinder on top, so that's the pepper. All right, so there's the first one. And all of these, most of these I own, this is all I have of it. There's only a couple that I have more of. So like these two I have more of, but like these are definitely probably about fat quarter size or whatever. But yeah, I put one of each in here. This is rooster fabric. And like the first one there I showed you with the kitcheny items, I'm going to describe each fabric. So this one, that one was cottony. I don't know the blend, so I'm just saying cottony. I'm not saying, you know, polyester cotton blend. I don't know that. So I'm just describing it as cottony. This one I'm going to describe as kind of like a thicker fabric, like almost like upholstery. And this is roosters. So I'm not going to open up the whole thing. It's a good size piece, like at least it's a big size square. So probably about fat quarter size. That, you know, I know fat quarter size is about 18 by 22, so it's around something like that, or more or less type of thing. And this one is, this is another one I have more of. It's a pretty butterfly fabric. This is cottony, and it is butterflies, all these different colors on here, and it also has little postmarks. See right here, these are postmarks. Let me show you a little bit closer to make sure you can see. Yeah, see those? It's got that all over it too. So really pretty fabric. The next one, I think I have more of this one too, because this one was like a good size. I think it may have been a tablecloth. So this is kind of like if you picture a tablecloth with that, you know, fun picnic type fabric that you use on your picnic table. The red and white ones, and sometimes they're blue and white, kind of like a plaid. This is that same kind of material, but it's just blue and white checkered or gingham, and it has these little red, these are stitches stitched through here, and you can see the kind of embroidery floss over here. So very beautiful, a good size square of that. Also, these are either, you know, it has a straight tear, or some of them have the original, like this is the original hem over here. This side right here is cut with pinking shears. So they are what they are, but they've all come from thrift stores, except for the butterfly and the chicken or rooster that I just showed you. That came from an estate sale, and I had picked up full bolts. I mean, it was a good size, you know, like a, I don't know, a 4-foot bolt of fabric. And it took me a while to get that off of there and get it cut up into pieces, but so I think I may have sold some before, but I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the next fabric. This is cottony. Well, this is more upholstery, actually, a little thicker than cotton, just cotton. And it's just pretty pink and white stripes with these green, different shaped topiaries. There's a thread, green thread there. But yeah, it's a little bit thicker on this one, but a good size piece. It's twice this big. I'm just opening up enough so you can see the pattern. But if I open it up all the way, it'll take me longer to get through. Okay, so these I'm going to go through pretty quick. Just take my word for it. This is how I got them. These little squares. And they're, somebody's was either making a quilt or they're just somebody's stitchery projects. I don't know, but I got them just like this from the thrift store. And most of them have like a little muslin type fabric background with some kind of stitchery. So here's the first piece. You can kind of see the stitches. I'll try to point them out on each one. This is a light stitch. I'll show you the back too. So you can see it is the muslin background. Okay, and then the next one here, this is a silky background with the stitchery. And I'm going to hold them up close so you can see the stitches as best as you can. But this is all embroidery here and down the center and across here. Okay, next, see some of them have these big pieces on them, and then, you know, I don't know what the person was making. But this is a pretty one too, with this embroidered flower stem and leaves. And this is a little silky piece, like pleated or gathered into this little flower. And then these are little threads here that they put in the middle for the center of the flower. Next one. This one has a blue and white background fabric. And then this is stitched. You can see the stitches here. This piece put on in the background, and little stitchery pieces or stitchery embroidery coming off of the letters here. Hopefully it's dark. The stitchery coming off the letters is a little bit dark, like it's brown, so I don't know if you can see them real good, but I'll just hold it up close here for a second so you can see as best you can. I don't know what RUA is, or R, I guess that could be a VA, somebody's initials, maybe. And then here's some more letters on this one, WP. This is the last one. But this is, I don't know if this is where those were going, where she was going to add fabric around, or if this was cut off of something or what, but it does have stitches all the way around the edges, and then all the stitchery in between and around each little piece. So very interesting. And then the next bunch here. This is some little squares that I cut up from this fabric that I found. I'm going to describe it as Pennsylvania Dutch because of the little figures on here. But here's one single lady on this one. And there's like two, well, that only has one, and then there's two of most of them. And there's a one in here that has three of the same. So there's two strawberries. Kind of look like raspberries too. They might be raspberries. And then I think there's three of these flowers. 1, 2, and 3 flowers. They're just these little squares with the, you can see the blue and white with white polka dots background in this little frame. So you can make whatever you want with these, but you use the whole thing or just cut out this little scalloped part. It almost looked like it would come, it almost looks if you cut out that little scallop part like it would come from a hanky or like like a little miniature hanky. But anyway, that's the flowers. This is a couple, a boy and a girl, and there's two of these. And then this is the last one, a tree with a bird and the two flowers. So those, a bunch of those little squares. This is just a muslin fabric, probably from a sheet that I didn't, I have made whatever I had of this type of fabric. I made my fabric ribbon out of, and this is a piece I had left, so I thought I'll just put it in here for somebody to make whatever they want. The next few pieces are like this. They're floral and they're kind of upholstery type fabrics. They're thicker. When I say upholstery, I mean they're thicker and they're not just cotton. So this one has these big flowers on it, very beautiful colors. They're all different. None of them are the same. I'm just pulling off threads here appearing. So that's one, and then the next one is like this. They're all about the same size. They're about 20 inches long by 14 inches this way. 20 inches long. All three different. But all floral type like this. And very pretty colors. Okay. You have a lot of fabric here if you get this bundle, believe me. If you need a good variety to just do some different things with. This one is a really, these colors in this one go very well together. Kind of a taupe background, dark green leaves and stem with a little lavender or purplish flower. And it's a good size. It unfolds again and again. So good size cottony. This one's cottony and this one's cottony. The next two, I have two pieces. This one's cottony. See, there's two of these. And this one, I really get the impression from just looking at it, no other way, but I'm sure I got it from a thrift store, but it has they both have this same little hole in it right here. And I really think that might have been a manufacturer defect, because it has the same hole in the other one. I'm like, how could both of these pieces have the same hole? And it doesn't look like a hole, like a torn hole, you know what I mean? Like somebody tore it and it's right in the middle like that. So I don't know I don't know what the truth of the matter is, like what really happened, but it just seems to me like it might be a manufacturer defect there, but plenty of usable fabric. I mean, that's why I brought it home. So, and then this is a pretty one, good size still, but one of the smaller pieces, but still might be flat quarter size. See, I'll open up the whole thing on this one. Pretty green background. It's like white with green polka dots and that green floral there. Very pretty. And then the next one. This is maybe the thinnest fabric of all. It's and this is the flower part is textured. It's textured, and I think it's cottony, but it's thinner than the others. And then this one is, I'm going to describe this one as upholstery again. And here's some of the selvage edge manufacturing words there. And it's this green, pretty green with the little Scotty dogs on it. They're different colored Scotty dogs on here. So, super cute. You could cut out the little puppies individually or use it as a whole. But it is like an upholstery here. The back is lighter, so one-sided. I think they're all pretty much one-sided. Some fabrics have, the same on both sides, but these are one-sided, pretty much, from what I could tell so far. And this is the biggest piece. I just put the whole thing in here. But it's a very pretty, and I used a little bit of it once or twice on a spine, I think, is where I used it. It was really pretty. It's this I guess these are like dishes. So like kitchen-y. I did. I'm trying to remember what journal I used it on. I don't remember if it was a cookbook or something else, but I remember specifically, I think I showed it on video and someone picked it out. Like I was trying to decide which fabric, and they said they wanted that journal. They said they wanted this fabric on it, so I was like, cool, and it turned out really nice. Because I don't know if I would have chosen it, but for that particular book, but it did go. In the end, it did work out really well. It looked really pretty. But anyway, you can see the different pieces on here. I think little pitchers, butter dish. Maybe this is an oil and vinegar type set. Just all kinds of, I think that says tea maybe? I'm not sure. Little plates and vases. Just a very pretty fabric, and it's a lot. This is yardage. This is probably like 2 or 3 yards, I would say, of this. A thicker upholstery, I would say. Yes, it could be upholstery, curtain. So I think it might be cotton, but it's just a thicker, very, thicker, sturdier fabric. So, yep, that's it. I think we did it, my friends. I think we did it in 15 minutes or less, I hope. That was my goal. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for another Destash. Tomorrow will be baby journal items, if you're interested in making a baby journal. I made a baby journal for myself, and I think that's why I have these collected, and just kind of like, either I collected them for my baby journal, or it just, happenstance. They came to me with other things or something, and I kept them all together, but I never made another baby journal. So now I'm just stashing some of those things because I don't plan on making another baby journal. So there we go. Good bunch of variety there. Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.